Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Beguiled by Books. Today, I've got 10 of my favorite bingeable book series for you. Let's get started. Well, I have really gotten into standalone novels lately. There is something that I just love about sinking my teeth into a massive series that I can just blow through and read all of the books and just really get a feel of the characters and all of the different storylines. I love that. So I've got my top 10 bingeable book series today. I'm sure there are more that I am leaving out, but these are the ones that, again, keep coming up top of mind all the time that I'm going to share with you. So my first series that I will always recommend, and it might be the series that really got me into the fantasy genre, is Sabriel. It's the Abhorsen trilogy, the original 3 books in this series. I think the world has expanded to some other books. It might be at 6 now, but these 3 books I loved. I think I first read them when I was 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there. And I go back and reread these books every couple of years. I love them. I think they're amazing. I love the characters. I love the world that was created. And again, you just sail right through them. You are so committed to these characters and to what happens next. It's so easy to read. And I just love the series. I can't believe more people don't know about it, so I will shout it from the rooftops. Sabriel, the Abhorsen trilogy, absolutely wonderful. The next bingeable book series is probably pretty obvious, Harry Potter. I love this book series. I really love the characters and the development. It's a global phenomenon. We all know and have heard about Harry Potter. If you haven't read it, I would highly encourage you to read it. I'm a big fan of separating the author from the author's work. I don't want books that are wonderful to not be read because the author might not be what you or I or people agree with. So we're just going to put that over to the side. Harry Potter is a great series. It's got a great journey, wonderful character arcs, relatable characters throughout the series, and it's great for kids and adults of all ages. So I still recommend this and really love it. In the same vein of fantasy book series, I would also recommend pretty much anything written by Sarah J. Maas. I've read Throne of Glass, I've read ACOTAR, I've read the Crescent City series. I love them all. If you would only want to pick one, I would start with ACOTAR. I think that's really great. I personal preference, I prefer Crescent City. I think the writing has really ramped up. The characters are so much more complex. The plots are deeper and more twisted and have more surprises and various things going on. All of the series are good. They are turning into a universe where more and more things from various series are interrelated, which is delightful for me who loves, a good 16-book series any day of the week. So I would recommend Sarah J. Maas, but if you could only pick one or you only want to start with one, start with ACOTAR. I think that's really great. Then Crescent City is my personal favorite. They're all really wonderful. And of course, I can't talk about fantasy series if I don't talk about and recommend the global phenomenon that is the Fourth Wing series. So right now, it's actually called the Empyrean series. We've got Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, the first 2 of what I have been told. There are going to be 5 books out in this series, and it's worth the hype. I've said that before. I think it's absolutely worth the hype. They're really well done. They're fast-paced. They're action-packed. It's everything you want in a fantasy romantasy series. I'm very much looking forward to the 3rd one. I'm going to have to wait a really long time, I think, but less time than I really realize. And I'm already itching to reread these books. They are just very compelling and delightful to read. No surprise that I do read a lot of fantasy, so I've got another series that I can recommend, and that is the Mortal Instrument series, and that's also known as Shadowhunters. So this is a YA series over 6 books. The universe itself is much bigger, and a lot of books in the universe by Cassandra Clare. But the Shadowhunters core 6 books are really well done. I think the characters, the adventure is really fun. The world, it's an urban fantasy, so it takes place in present timeline in an alternate kind of parallel world that's hidden, kind of like Harry Potter. Really enjoyed it. Lots more of adventure and monsters and demon slaying and fun things like that. I've read this series a couple times as well, and I can't get enough of it. I love the universe. There are many other books, like I said. I want to read them. I haven't read them all, but the Shadowhunters original 6, I think, in the Mortal Instrument series are just a classic. Last but not least, in the fantasy realm, I've got some other non-fantasy series, so stay tuned. But in the fantasy series world, I would recommend the House Witch and Burning Witch series. These were recommended to me by the owner of my local bookstore, and they are just cozy, sweet, soft, but adventurous and quirky and funny books. There's not a lot of gore. There's not graphic stuff going on. It's great for all ages. It's like a hug in a book, and there are 6 books out. Actually, I think there are 7 books out, and they're just, oh, they just make you feel so good. So I would absolutely recommend the House Witch and Burning Witch series. Put this on your TBR if it's not already. You will thank me later. It's wonderful. Now, if you're looking for a bit of a palate cleanser, light read kind of series, I would recommend the Mystic Cove series by Trisha O'Malley. I think there might be 12 or 13 books in this series so far, but my favorites are kind of the original 4 or 5 books with the original characters. They're very well done. Again, they're quick reads. You read them, you enjoy them, you move on. Little bit of magic, a lot of Irish folklore. It takes place on the western coast of Ireland, and it's just fun and adventurous and romantic and sweet and very quick books. I mean, we're talking probably around the 300-page mark. So not a lot of overly complex world building, things like that. Really soft and sweet, gentle novels that I think everyone can enjoy. If you're interested in a romance series, I can absolutely recommend Bridgerton. It is worth the hype. They were written in the beginning of the 21st century, a sentence I never thought I'd say. They were in the 2000 time frame, and Regency era romance, beautiful. The show is also really great. Everyone's taken by the show, but the books are so wonderful, and I love understanding how the characters and the stories are changing for the show, making it more adaptable for screen. And the books just are great on their own, and I blew through all 8 of them beautifully, and they're just so devourable, and I love the Bridgerton series. I cannot get enough of it, but absolutely would recommend that as a bingeable series. In the romance vein, but significantly less gentle, I would also recommend the Salacious Players Club series. There are 6 books here. Again, kind of like Mystic Cove, I would actually recommend the first 4 of those books. And these are, yes, they're romance books, but they have a heavy BDSM component in there, and they are very graphic. They would be considered smut books. Nothing wrong with that. I enjoy reading that with the best of them. And these are well done and compelling. The characters all have good journeys, and there is a romance element to each of the characters' stories as well. So thoroughly enjoyed them. Again, they are more graphic, so if that's not your speed, definitely want to warn you now. Check out trigger warnings before you read them if that's something that you need to be aware of for your own self. But I did find these characters very enjoyable, very relatable in a lot of ways, and the stories were fun and the books were very easy to read. I think I read 4 in 4 days. Finally, I haven't forgot about my mystery fans out there. So if you are looking for a mystery series or more of a whodunit, I've got a YA series, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. There are 3 books and a novella with this series. They're very fun. Holly Jackson did a great job. I blew through the first book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I didn't even realize there were more in the series until after I had read it, and I quickly devoured the other ones. Definitely more of a whodunit storyline. The murder happened a long time ago. It's more of like a cold case, and a senior for her senior project is looking into the murder as kind of an investigation she thinks something's not quite right there, and what happens and when those events start unfolding. So really fascinating story. I think it was well done in the second two books after the first one as well. And the novella is kind of a prequel. So it was really fun to read all of those, and I would highly recommend them. Finally, the mystery series that I would recommend that I absolutely love is the Cormoran Strike series by Robert Galbraith. Again, this may be unpopular. Robert Galbraith is J.K. Rowling's pen name. I don't want to discount that, but as I said earlier, we're going to put the author to the side. We're going to separate the work from the person. And the books are so well written. The characters are incredibly compelling. It's two private investigators working on various cases. These books are big. They have a lot of plot twists and turns and webs that are woven. It's incredibly, incredibly well done. Again, putting the author over to the side, I think it's the author's best work. Every book is getting better. It's amazing to see the progression. And I think there are going to be 10 books in this series, and I think 7 as of the time of filming this, 7 are released. I will absolutely continue to read them. I think they're, again, very fascinating, very compelling. And if you like mystery and you like solving those crimes and uncovering truths, this is a fantastic series for you to read. What are some of your bingeable book series that you love? I'm always looking for more of these, whether it's mystery or romance or fantasy or something else. Please let me know. I am always curious to learn. Drop a comment and tell me what your favorites are. And as always, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Have a great day.